Everyone. Hope you're all doing well tonight. I wanted to do a short little presentation and give you some cooking tips on how to stay healthy during the COVID-19 epidemic. So one of the things that isn't often talked about in mainstream media is the importance of optimizing our immune system. And we kind of do this in four different ways. We focus on our lifestyle. So these are habits with how we are exposed to our sleep and our stress and our environmental exposures, and how well we are taking care of ourselves. Exercise, which is how we move. Attitude, which is how we think, having a positive mindset, doing some meditation and some mindfulness in our everyday living. And then the big one that we're going to focus on tonight is nutrition, of how we eat. This is a major part in how bacteria and viruses respond in our body, the ability of our immune system to fight it off. So one of the things I want you to focus on with your grocery shopping is to think batch cooking. And this is where you will cook one time and eat multiple times off of that dish that you prepare. So you want to think about making soups and stews and chilies. For breakfast, we're eating muffins, pancakes, granola bars, smoothie packs, which are really great to kind of get prepared ahead of time. Basically, you take some bags and you put all your smoothie ingredients into it, and then you freeze these bags, and then you have those ready to go in the morning, dump them into your blender, and off you go with that good, healthy smoothie for your breakfast. Salads, healthy protein and veggie combos, and healthy casseroles. Now's the time to get your deep freeze loaded up with these foods while you have time to cook, and that way your family continues to be able to eat healthy. So first on your grocery list is going to be protein. Protein is very, very important. It helps to balance our blood sugar, and when our blood sugar is balanced, we don't have the effects as much from viruses and bacteria that are able to harm us. It perks up our brain, so we want to definitely have some protein in the morning with our breakfast, along with some healthy fats and some fiber to help fill us up and keep us full so we don't get that mid-morning sugar and carb crash, which leaves us searching in the refrigerator for some more food. Protein helps build and maintain muscle, and it helps us sleep at night. You guys have heard about the turkey, the Thanksgiving dinners and how we're so tired a couple of hours after that. And turkey has tryptophan in it, which is a sleep-inducing hormone. And we also need more protein as we age. Research has found that this is very important for older people, that they get more in their diet. So some good sources of protein are going to be chicken, ground or stewed beef, and if you can get grass-fed beef, that is very beneficial. It has a lot more nutrients in it, which I can talk a lot more about in a different video. Porks and sausage, turkey, eggs, pastured eggs are the best if you can get your hands on some of those. Fish like salmon, high in omega-3s. You want to limit your processed meats because those processed meats have a lot of extra things in it that you don't want to eat. Lots of chemicals and artificial flavors and preservatives that can negatively affect our health. And when you snack with your protein, you want to follow what we call the 3-6-3 rule, which is basically where you want to make sure your food has 3 grams of fiber, less than 6 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of protein. So I look for that on your boxes if you're eating a boxed snack. Next on the grocery list is going to be vegetables. And of course, these are key to supporting our immune system. Lots of phytonutrients, and basically want to eat the color of the rainbow. Buying fresh and frozen is a good idea because frozen vegetables actually are flash frozen at the peak of their nutrient status. So when they're shipped, they don't lose any of that nutrition, and so they're actually very healthy for us, and they are usually cheaper as well. So you want a combination of both. You want to focus on your dark leafy greens. They have lots of vitamin A in them, which is good for our immune health. So load up on the spinach and kale, and your cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, and peppers. Peppers are very high in vitamin C. Sweet potatoes, high in vitamin A, squash and tomatoes. The next list there you can read as well. Garlic is really, really good for you. Definitely, if you can find some of that, it stimulates the multiplication of infection-fighting white blood cells. So we definitely want to try to get that in as many methods as possible. So I try to include garlic at least once a day in one of my meals. Instead of the starchy rice and pastas and bread, think about using some cauliflower rice, some zucchini or spaghetti squash for your noodles, and some almond flour to make muffins or crackers. And now's the time of year which is great to consider starting a garden. Next on the list is going to be your fruits. Again, you want to buy a combination of fresh and frozen when possible. A lot of fruits are high in vitamin C, which everyone knows is a really good antioxidant and is really healthy for our immune systems. Berries are going to top the list, so blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. Those are all great things to put into smoothies. Kiwis are also very high in the vitamin C as well as fiber. Bananas, you can use those, freeze those for smoothies or to use them as a sweetener in muffins rather than sugar. Apples are great, of course. Melons, citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits have a lot of vitamin C. And then avocados, which can be frozen into chunks. Actually, just did that tonight. I had a lot of ripe avocados, and so I put them in ice cube trays and froze them so then I can just toss them into my smoothies in the mornings. The next thing on the list is going to be your healthy fats. So you can read through the list here. Avocados are just loaded with nutrients. I try to eat avocado every day if possible. They have lots of healthy fats and fiber, B vitamins, vitamin C, E, and K, and they actually have more potassium than a banana. So avocados are great. Coconut oil and MCT oil. Coconut oil is an antimicrobial and an antifungal. And it has what's called lauric acid in it, which will really help your immune function. Olive oil, it has lots of healthy fats and antioxidants and is anti-inflammatory. Your nuts, nut butters, these are antioxidant powerhouses. So they're going to have things like vitamin E, fiber, protein, and healthy fats like omega-3s, which reduce inflammation in the body. Seeds are another great thing to incorporate into your diet. So flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds are really high in protein, and I love to use those in lots of different recipes. Pumpkin seeds are a great source of zinc, which is really important for the immune system. And sunflower and sesame seeds, and then olives. Some other pantry items are going to be broth, like chicken broth or bone broth or beef broth. If you can get it in the bone broth variety and just make sure there's not too much sodium in them. Your nuts and your nut butters, like your almond butter and cashew butter, are great sources of healthy fats, and they help to support our immune system, and they also help us to absorb some of the nutrients that we're eating and some of the other foods, the fat-soluble nutrients that if we eat plain, we don't absorb as well. Canned tuna and canned salmon are great sources of protein from the pantry. Coconut milk and avocado mayo. You don't want to use regular mayonnaise because it has soybean oil, and that's very inflammatory to the body. Beans and gluten-free grains is tolerated. And then spices. You want to add lots of spices to your foods. These are a great way to get lots of antioxidants into your body. Many of them are anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antifungal. Rosemary's been shown to help boost the immune system. Cinnamon is antimicrobial, so they have lots of different wonderful properties there. The big key here for your immune system is you want to limit sugar and high processed carbohydrates. You can see the list here. It's basically all the snacky foods that you're going to get in the grocery store. These things just really cause imbalances in our blood sugar, and you just get on this roller coaster of blood sugar and insulin resistance or insulin release back and forth, which is just really harmful to our bodies. Lastly, I wanted to give you a recipe called Simple Chicken Noodle Soup. And you can take a screenshot of this if you want to. And this is just a really healthy soup that you can prepare very quickly and easily with wholesome ingredients to help feed your family in the best way possible. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Have a great night.